You're about to start a winter bulk. These are the 3 tips I'm going to recommend to make sure that you get the best out of this bulk. The first tip I'm going to recommend is, are you actually lean enough to start a bulk? Do you jiggle when you jump? You don't need to be sub 10%, but you do need to be lean enough that when you gain that extra bit of fat, you're not going to be pushing yourself over the edge, right? Someone like Greg Doucette, I think, is going to recommend staying below 20%. I see that often as a mark. I think that's a bit high. I don't think you need to be sub 10%, but I think you want to be in that 10 to 15% range before you start a bulk to make sure that you can gain that extra bit of fat without blowing over, spilling over, blurring the muscles and losing the idea of the shape. I'm not talking main gaining here, I don't think that works, but what I am saying is that you need to be a consistently lean enough state that when you gain the bit of fat, you can see which muscles are filling up, you can see how your shape is changing, where might need a bit more work. Number 2 is going to be, do you know your macros well enough? Do you know your maintenance calories? Are you coming out of a cut, straight out of a cut, straight into a bulk? Not a good idea. Hit a maintenance phase first for a couple of weeks. But do you know where your maintenance calories sit? Do you know what you need on a daily basis to maintain the current weight that you are? Point number 3. Are you mentally prepared for a bulk? And I say this because I see people approaching bulks a bit more haphazard than they would a cut. A bulk and a cut need to be mentally the same. You need to put in the same drive, the same ambition to get to that goal, because when you start reaching that point where you're too full to eat the next meal, where the digestion walks really aren't taking any off you, you need to be able to look past that. You need to be able to use that same mental drive that you do in a cut to say, we can drive through this, I can keep going, because you've got an end goal that you want to reach. You need to set a target, you need to be clear about it, make sure it's achievable, and you need to drive together. The same as you do with a cut, you need to be mentally ready for a bulk.